Everything in my entire life, my bank account, my career, my attitude, even my health changed when I started to ask myself different questions. What if it does get to be easy? What if it does get to be fun? What if there is a better way? What if there is a less time consuming way? What if there is a lighter way? What if there's a more delightful way? And if there's not a path that I see obviously in front of me, why can't I create it? Just because I don't necessarily see it, or someone isn't selling it and packaging it in some course or some book, why can't I create a path that serves my greatest good and the greatest good of all? And so I did. I didn't see anyone who had this path. Maybe it existed, but it didn't come across me. And I don't think it came to me because I was supposed to create a new way of doing things, a revolutionary way of doing things where we work less and make more. And not in a hocus pocus way, not in some get rich quick way, but in a sincere, high integrity way where we're focusing on high impact activities, income and joy generating activities to keep moving the needle forward while we waste much less time. It's incredible how much time we waste as human beings without even realizing it. And I pulled some incredible stats and facts for this episode that just blew my mind. So, research suggests that individuals spend 1 to 3 hours per day procrastinating, which equates to roughly 2 to 6 years of a person's life procrastinating. Professionals spend at least 5.6 hours a week in meetings and 28% of their work week in emails. Hells no. And I'm going to share with you exactly what I did and what I've helped tens of thousands of other people do from all different walks of life in order to make more while working less. So we can have all the beautiful things that we want in life and actually enjoy them and not have to sacrifice our time, our energy, our health, our well being in order to get them. It's not necessary. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? It's your host, Tiffany Carter, and this is the show that is going to help you grow your business, your bank account, that big, beautiful brain of yours, your abundance, your relationships, and everything in between. Now, the show is officially on Project Me TV on YouTube. So if you want to see the behind the scenes, if you're a visual learner, and then you can type in the comments as you're watching the episode to really have all the unique, powerful lessons that you're provided on the show sink in. Also, you might find it highly entertaining how whack I look when I'm recording these. So right now I'm wearing my favorite sinus mask. My allergies are terrible lately. Like my face hurts. Anyone else? Like our face does a lot of work. I really want to go and get like that facial sculpting, I want a deep tissue massage on this face of mine. And like an ice roller is not going to cut it. Think about how many muscles are in our face and nerve endings. And if you're someone who talks incessantly for a living like me, my face is tired and most of it's frozen and it's still tired. So we are going to be rounding out and closing my big gift giveaway for my upcoming workbook release. This is my first workbook release, like aside from workbooks you get inside my paid programs. And it is work less while making more. And it comes with something extra special too that I've not announced yet, but you can get it for free. All you have to do is leave a written Apple Podcast review of the show, put your name or TikTok, Instagram handle in the review, take a screenshot of it, and email it to us at support@projectmewithtiffany.com. You can swipe up. Those instructions are right in the show notes. And if you're multitasking, you can DM the screenshot to me but then you're going to get a response from me directing you to email it, because we're going to have to email you the workbook anyway. Or you can wait until it's for sale and then pay for it. But why would you do that when you can take 30 seconds? And this is the best way to support the show. Plus, that law of reciprocity. What we give out, we receive, as long as it's coming from a place of true service. This is why I also love giving gifts. You might be someone who delights in finding great gifts for people or sending cards. I love doing that. And because I love doing that, we receive that back. Have I guilted you enough yet into doing it? Go leave a damn review. There's no reason not to. And we have an August flash sale right now inside my Project Me Posse business coaching membership. A lot of you are wondering, where in the hell should I start when it comes to generating and building passive income streams? Like, we're going to get into the details today of it. But if you want guidance and don't want to be left to your own devices because you know you won't follow through, or you'll get so overwhelmed and bogged down with it that you won't make much progress, well, that's not going to make you any money. So then you need to set yourself up so that you are following through and you get that direct guidance, so that every day that goes by that you're not putting a passive income stream out there, even one, you're losing money. Because the whole point of having these passive income streams and having your money work for you is the compound effect over time. And it doesn't have to take many, many years. But look at how fast time goes by. Imagine if you started this at the beginning of this year. You could already have 2 streams that are making you $10,000 a month, and you have $20,000 a month right now. Or you could have 5 streams and each of them are making you $1,000 or $800 or $400 and growing. Hells yes. So that is a great starting point to work with me. And it's at a great cost point for those of you who have resistance in investing in yourself, or you're someone who wants to test drive the car and see what I'm all about first. So you can swipe up and get to that, projectmewithtiffany.com/Project Me Posse, weekly live trainings with me, a membership portal of over 300 live trainings, live Q&A, an amazing community. And you get my content creation made easy course bundle, which is $297 for free in this August flash bonus sale. So, period, end of story, no brainer. Swipe up. If you go on the page and it says close, that's because all the new member spots are gone, but you can come back every day or two and refresh it and see if there is a new spot. Because we cap it at a certain size to make sure that you feel seen and you get your questions answered, and that there's a sense of accountability. Ooh, I took off that mask, and I put my other thing I do is I put this, and they should sponsor me at this point, but I put Vicks Vapor Rub mixed with peppermint oil up my nose. Like, I make a concoction so that I can actually breathe and not sound like a hobgoblin, which I do a little bit right now, but I digress. Let's get into this. And this is a new look at passive income. And what I mean by new look is my approach. If you're new to me or you've been with me a long time, you need to be reminded either way. I am the world's laziest multimillionaire, straight up. And your brain might not want to believe that. I am. I am not available for working hard just for the sake of working hard. I don't get off on it. The old me did. I felt superior. I wanted to outwork people. I got off on people saying you're such a hard worker. That's not hot. You know what's hot? How little I work and how much I luxuriate and how much I still make. And then when I do work, how much I delight in it. That's hot. And that's what I want for you. I didn't used to believe that was available for me, because that's not what we're taught in the corporate world. Depending on where you were raised, I was raised in the Midwest. Midwest mentality is also very similar to Canadian mentality when it comes to work. Shout out my Canadians. And like I would say, like Eastern European as well, where it's like, it's noble to work that hard. It's a noble thing to do all of this, that, and the other. And you got to rise when the sun rises and the early bird catches the worm. And anyone who's really not working hard is lazy and it's looked down upon. I don't want you to be a lazy person that's entitled, but I don't mind if you're relatively lazy. I show up for you. I show up for me. I show up to the best of my ability on any given day. And sometimes that's not cute. Sometimes not much goes on. Like yesterday, I ate a salad. I think I recorded an intro to a show. I got interviewed for 5 minutes on some radio program that probably only like 1,000 people listen to, but I felt the host was delightful and I really don't care. I'm not impressed. Like, I have a giant interview coming up that I am, I mean, it is literally the biggest mental health podcast in the world for years. And I was interviewed on it. It was incredible. And as incredible as that is, and I'm proud of myself and I'm excited and all of that, you want to know what has made me have this incredible community of listeners, what has grown the show, what has grown my passive income streams, what has grown the brand and the coaching academy, Project Me with Tiffany Carter. It's all of the little things that have compounded. It's me saying yes when the lazy, procrastinating part of me wanted to say no. It's me investing in myself and paying people and using that energy and accountability so I would show up and follow through. Otherwise, I won't. There's a reason why I came up with the idea of doing this incredibly generous giveaway for my upcoming workbook release. It's so I would actually do it. Because if I'm giving it to you and I'm promising it to you and I'm declaring it publicly, I would never in integrity not deliver it. And for it to just be about money or for it to just be internal with me and my team saying I'm going to do it, that's not enough for me. I have a book that I have 70% written since 2020 that I've still not finished. Doesn't matter. And I know you have a lot of unfinished stuff. It's probably like sitting in a filing cabinet in your brain of all the things you want to do and then you don't do them. Well, we need to start moving the needle on those things. But part of why you don't is because you're trading so much time for money currently that your physical bandwidth, your mental bandwidth, your creative bandwidth, even your emotional bandwidth is tapped. And then on top of it, you have all the adulting. And then if you're a parent, you have all the parenting. And now we have a whole thing. And then you're managing your mental health and your physical health. And you have all this stuff going on. And you have a little left for the rest of it. So here's the catch when it comes to passive income. You do have to put in some upfront effort. Like these things don't just fall out of the sky. So you put in some upfront effort, and it doesn't have to be extreme effort for long-term gain. What the key is just because Sally or Bill are doing it this way over here, that way might feel really hard to you and might even feel gross to you, or might even feel like annoying to you, or might just feel to you. Well, then I don't want you to do it. Because there's so many different ways, but right now your brain probably is only thinking like of the set 7 you hear over and over again, like rental properties, Airbnb stuff, having vending machines, doing network marketing, having maybe like an Amazon affiliate storefront. So or even having like courses. Right? That might sound like a lot of work to you right now. It might not fit your personality. It might not feel good to you. And that's okay. There's so many other ways. So just be open-minded when you're listening to this. So this goes to my first point here. And if I'm sniffling a lot and that's annoying, I'm doing the best I can. I really am. I don't know. I feel like a hobgoblin today. Like I feel like for those of you guys who aren't in the US, but you've probably seen it, like we have like everything in America is so like overblown. We have the Macy's Day Parade on Thanksgiving, and I feel like I'm one of the floats. Like I'm one of the giant balloons. Like I have a giant head. Okay. Let's get into, I broke it down into points so that this information doesn't overwhelm you, which is why I'm saying you want to really get into this. It would be best for you to go into my Project Me Posse business coaching membership so you're not overwhelmed and just fire hosed with one episode. You are working on peeling off little chunks of it at a time. First thing, bottom line is this: you have to leverage your strengths. You need to take a moment. You can do it while you're listening here. If you're watching on YouTube, you can do it in the comments. Sometimes doing things in real time, at least you're getting something accomplished. And identify your unique skills and strengths. So I want you to focus on tasks. What are the tasks and things that you can execute and do that bring you the most value and results? What really lights you up to do? Are you someone who's a creative and you love taking photos? Are you someone who loves creating content? Are you a writer? I always ask people this in my various programs. What is your thing? We all have a thing. And then if you're going, I don't know what my thing is, well, we're going to find your thing. Is it that you can't get enough skincare? What kinds of videos do you binge? Are you super into interpersonal development work and that's something that really gets you and excites you? Are you into fashion? Are you a car person? Are you a home decor person? And it doesn't have to necessarily go along. If you have a personal brand already or one you're developing or you're listening and you have a business, it does not have to go in perfect alignment with your current business model. It doesn't have, there's always a way that we can create a dotted line to where it makes sense. But this is why I'm also so passionate. And I'm going to do an episode on this and a training in the posse on personal branding and why it's so important, because ultimately people are buying from you. Whether you have a product-based business or product-based passive income stream and not many people see your face, it's still you. You're still coming up with the designs. You're still picking whether it's a hoodie, a tank top, or a hat. It still involves you. And so you've got to come back to looking at what excites you. So if, let's say you're someone who really, really loves making people laugh or making people feeling supportive and seen, what are some things that you could create that help make someone, even just by a little bit, have a smile on their face, feel a little more supported that day? Is it you creating print on demand merchandise? And what I mean by that is you can go on sites and you can Google this, like print on demand merch companies, like Printful is one of them. There's a bunch of different companies. So you can design like custom t-shirts, mugs, and other products through these services, meaning you're not having to have this big inventory. A customer places an order and the product is printed and shipped at the same time. And you are earning a portion of that sale, but it's your design, your words on the shirt, on the mug, and they're buying those. And there are some great companies. There's someone who I want to have on the show, but I've had other people on the show too, but it's been a while, where they've blown up all from print on demand. And now they have transitioned after years of having an inventory because they've built up such popularity. But how great and how simple. No inventory. You don't have to put any money out there. All you're having to do is the design. You're like, Tiffany, I don't know how to do designs. We'll start fucking around on Canva. or you can hire someone off Fiverr. This is a time where I would say, as long as a person has great reviews, you can hire someone, like a stranger that you don't know, to execute a visual design for you. I mean, and these can be prints. You know what? I did have someone on who does print by design. Notes to Self Shop. She does a lot of print on design, where these are cute wall prints of sayings in her designs, and a ton of people buy them. You can do print on demand when it comes to like workbooks, journals, guides. You don't have to have a stack of these things sitting in your house. When someone orders them, they print, and then you can put them on Amazon and have them sell on Amazon. You can put them, there's a lot of other places you can house your stuff. I mean, it can be on your own website, but it doesn't have to be. You can have strangers find it on Amazon, and then you can experiment even running Amazon sponsored posts for your thing. What I will say about this, because I've been doing passive income streams for a long time, like I'm talking back when Facebook ads first started, you can, when you find something, either you create it or co-create it, or you find something that you feel a certain group of people you're wanting to target would really love, and it's kind of niched, it's going to go somewhere. So like maybe you go after moms with anxiety. Maybe you create like an ADHD line of stuff. Maybe you go after people who are overthinkers. Maybe you do an introvert line. Maybe you go after working single moms. These are all from my ass. I haven't done that in a while. So it's better if you go into some kind of a niche where someone is actually typing that into Amazon, typing that into Google. Everyone's always looking for like a unique specialized gift, a unique specialized product. And look at Amazon, at Etsy, and these things. These are search engines. And people are typing in random stuff and it'll come up. Like, what are, beauty obsessed? What are things that you don't feel there's enough of? And you can create these products around. And again, it doesn't need to be some whole inventory. You can do, I love paid printables, and these are very big on Etsy as well. Paid printables can be sticker packs. You can be someone who does die cut stickers. You can do buttons or pins. These are all create on demand. You can have paid printables. What they essentially are PDFs. So like a PDF of some kind of an organizer, some kind of a list, a checklist. Like I recently bought from this girl who does a packing checklist for travel and traveling in different types of places for different lengths of time. I hate packing with a passion, and I'm the least organized person on the planet. And I was like, oh, these are cute. And yeah, you're like, how can you make that much money? These are like $3.99. Well, if you look in her Etsy shop, it's $3.99 times 3,789 people for one printable. I would take that. It could be a makeup shopping list. It could be a whole printable on doing your own brand shoot. I mean, anything you can think of, you can make this. And where do I design it, Tiffany? Again, you're going to come up with some way of why this is so much work and why you can't do it and all the holes. How about we take a shift and we look at it like, what do I need to do? Who do I need to hire? What can I do to make this happen, to figure it out? How about we look at it like that? You can go to something called, and this is going to blow your mind, Creative Marketplace. So if you Google Creative Marketplace, it's the Etsy of templates. This is another place you can sell paid printables and other things. And people have stuff on there for free too, who want to just showcase their stuff and get their name out there. So you want a slide deck, you want a template for an ebook, you want a template for a big presentation, you want a template for a webinar, you want social media graphic templates. They're all on Creative Marketplace. So don't say that you can't do a drag and drop thing. Yeah, you probably will need to pay for like not just Canva free, but Canva Pro. But I think you can handle that you'll make that money back rather quickly. If you're someone who delights in taking photos and videos, this is big old money. There are tons of these stock video, especially video right now, stock video and stock photo sites that are constantly looking for unique and fresh content, and you can sell your stuff on there. You could even make it to where you sell it on your own socials. You could sell it to your own audience if it's something you're really into, where you even have custom packs available, or maybe you put out there some standard packs like video of entrepreneurs working from home, video of living the, digital nomad life. But then you can also offer custom packs where you're putting together custom videos and photos for people who are looking for stock photos that don't look like stock photos or videos. That was also from my ass. Okay. Other ideas. You can do user-generated content. If you enjoy creating content, you can create content for big brands. This is big money. And you can go ahead and Google user-generated content opportunities. There's a lot of different websites where big brands are saying we're looking for user-generated content from someone whose age is 35 to 45, who's in the fitness space, or who's into clean eating, or who's into natural skin products. And you can make a lot of money this way. All right. Like I know people who make thousands of dollars extra a month doing this. There are so many different opportunities for you out there, but you've got to turn your brain to it. And we go back to leverage your strengths. I don't want you, if you don't want to constantly enroll people and get into that network marketing game, but you see people making a lot of money doing it, but it also doesn't sound that fun. It sounds hard to you. Don't fucking do it. If you want to leverage what you've already got, and you've already got so much. So start with that. Now let's talk about how you can make more money just by rearranging some stuff in your current business, in your current situation. So here's what I realized in 16 years of being an entrepreneur, having two businesses. One I've had almost 16 years, and then this one, Project Me with Tiffany Carter, for like 4.5 years. If you strategically outsource and delegate, you will end up making more money because you're going to be getting more time back. And at first, it's going to seem, wait a second, I'm spending money. How am I going to be able to get more money back? You really have to be like strategic about this. Here's a weird example that I started a long time ago. Okay. I started this in my 20s. I have a house manager. Her name's Jackie. I learned from a friend of mine, and I was in corporate at the time. And I couldn't believe this friend of mine who was a couple years older than me, that she had like a cleaning lady. I was like, we're in our 20s and you have a cleaning lady? Like, it's not, you're a celebrity. Because that's what I thought you'd have to have. You'd have to be in order to justify a luxury like that, because that's where my money mindset was at the time. And she's like, well, in that 4 hours it takes for her to clean my house and do my laundry and all this stuff, I could be out in the field, because we did pharmaceutical sales. I could be out in the field selling more stuff. Or I could be at like a yoga class and taking care of myself. And I was like, huh, I was willing to try it out. And I've never gone back. And Jackie's still my house manager. So the amount of money I pay her to take away a task that not only doesn't induce joy, there's no joy value. It's not an income or joy generating activity. It's not just that it doesn't make me money or joy by folding and cleaning. It also sucks my energy and sucks my time and depletes me and takes my focus away from other things. So by me paying her, and I use that time, whether it's to take care of myself, which in turn gives me more energy and more creative bandwidth to do other things and be more present for things like recording the show and creating new programs and courses and trainings to help more people, it without a doubt makes you more money. So where is your time and energy and joy being depleted? How much would it cost you to have that activity outsourced where you're paying, or maybe there's a trade? Maybe you have a fellow mom friend. Maybe you have a buddy. Maybe you have someone in your life where they'll do that for you because they love it. Like I hate cooking. I could, if I didn't have the funds, I could have someone doing like cooking for me. And in turn, I'm doing like, I don't know, social media content for them. Some kind of trade that felt fair to me, something they delighted in, that gave them joy, that made them feel good, that depletes me, and vice versa. And we do a trade. I don't mind doing laundry. I'm just not going to fold. So that's why I'm saying we've got to start looking at things a little bit differently and spend some money. That's why I'm saying to you guys to join the posse. Yeah, you're spending money. I mean, it's $3.33 a day, but you're spending that money in order to get you to show up, in order you're telling your brain and you're telling the universe, I'm prioritizing creating a different life for myself. It's not just about you getting intel and you getting the how-to and you getting the support. It's also your way of making it clear what your priorities are and what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So anywhere we can delegate. Now take a look at, and I don't want to overwhelm you. There's a lot of ways where we can make more money in less time. Automation. There are for sure areas of your business that you can automate and you just don't know what you don't know. And I'm not a tech person, so I don't pretend to know all the different ways to automate. So I make sure I consult with people who are in automation or who are further along in their online business that maybe know something I don't know, or talk to my other friends in it. Initially, it might not look like that automating something is going to make you money. In fact, it might cost you money up front. But the compound effect of all of the time that it saves and all of the effort it saves ends up making you money, because now you can focus on something else. Time is our most precious asset. We can't create more of it. We can't get more of it back. Energy, I would say, is a close second. You can do some things to kind of hack energy and get more of it, but truly, we only have so much energy in any given day, and there's only so much you can hack it. So those are two things you need to be focusing on first. If it's only on more money, more money, more money, you'll be chasing more money with more clients, with more time, with more effort, with more things. And then you're going to deplete the time and energy side of you, which you can't get back. It is not just a plethora resource, but money is. So I need you to flip it around and focus on what is a joy-inducing activity? What's an income-generating activity that also combines joy? What is going to give me more of my energy and time back? What is going to preserve my energy and time? And start looking at things from that way, because there's a lot of stuff that we can do for money. I think that's obvious. You would already be doing all of those things if that sounded delightful to you. That's why we start by like leveraging your strengths and leveraging what it is that you love. If you are someone who really wants to meditate, but all the meditations out there don't work for you, well, first of all, you need to go do my summer abundance walks, which is guided walking meditation. That's how those were created. I'm not going to sit there in silence and meditate. I'm not interested in it. It's not going to happen. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I personally believe that in moving your body, you move the stuck energy around and you shift things faster, especially if something is guided and your focus is taken there. And now you get grounded and rooted in abundance. So I created what didn't exist, and that's why they're so popular. Now, they're free, but I'm going to be charging for them. And that's a passive income stream. I record them one time. I put them in a place where they're available for purchase, and you let them go. Same with you doing a paid printable. Same with you doing some kind of content. Same with you doing a cheat sheet. Same with you doing templates for people. Any of these things. Same with you creating designs for a shirt, a hat, a mug, sticker packs, whatever it is. What do you wish existed? What would be cool? And go look and peruse. Ooh, that's a fun word. Peruse existing products, not to compare and certainly not to copy. But if you're like, oh, that's cool that she's make paid printables for recipes or paid printables for Taylor Swifty people. It would be cool. Wow, this is so from my ass, but like my daughter's super obsessed now with Barbie stuff. Wouldn't it be cool if there was like kind of more of like a Barbie themed, but obviously don't copy Barbie where you're going to have copyright infringement, but like a Barbie vibed stickers, Barbie vibed meditations, Barbie vibed something that they would be really into. Is it that? Is there something that could be done around the popularity of friendship bracelets? I mean, these are all from my ass, but I need you to spark this creativity. You could create a subscription box. Those can be very lucrative, especially if you don't have anything that's heavy in there, where people are regularly subscribing to receive it could be like a digital subscription. It could be a membership like I have. It could be that they get a new sticker pack every month, that they get new paid printables every month, that they get some type of like a workbook or a guided journal every month. And then you throw in some other goodies for them. And it's being mailed to their house. Or you can do a digital version where you cut out mail altogether. You can resell other people's products. There's tons of products out there. I call it white labeling, and I'll end with this. But the white labeling, this is something I did early on with Facebook ads that made me a ton of money. I would find products. I think they call it like drop shipping now. I did it in the much easier, lazier way. But I would find products that I thought could be trending. For example, pop sockets. And then if you remember, there were like beanies that had a hole in the top of your head so girls could put their top knot or their ponytail through it. And I just thinking of those two because they made me the most money. And I would sell those. They didn't know it was Tiffany Carter selling those. I was selling products for another company, not having any inventory, and I was getting a cut. And then I was advertising to those products and made a ton of money. Now, Facebook ads were a lot lower back then, so you could do that. But that doesn't mean you can't do that now with your organic. It doesn't have to be your own stuff. If you've taken a program of mine, there's something you love of mine, or there's something that you love that has a higher ticket price point, where you've worked with someone, you've done a program, a class, a certification, something. Or it could even be a product. It could be like there's a particular camera you use, or there's something that you're really, really passionate about, well, contact that organization, contact that person and ask if they have any affiliate and that you would love to share, be an affiliate for them and share their product or their service. The reason why I say higher ticket is because there's enough of a margin for the company, for the brand owner to give you a significant amount in exchange for you sharing it. Like when I've had a couple affiliates before for Selling with Soul. I've given $400 straight up for every single person that they had put in Selling with Soul without them having to do anything. They don't have to create it. They don't have to execute the program. They don't have to manage all the tech. They're not paying for my employees. They simply are a prior student who got so much out of it, who wants to talk about it and send people to it. But if you're doing something like a book, mascara, a really low cost item, your volume would have to be so high for that to be worth it. Like you see these girls doing like their full outfits and it's like it to know it. You've got to have a big following and that has to be your whole thing. And you've got to be amazing at that. You've got to almost be like a QVC expert to really see a lot of great money from it. So don't be fooled when you're like, God, these girls who do this, these dudes who do this, they look like they're making all this money. A lot of them already have money. They have like rich husband life. Like they already have money. They're doing this like for fun to bring in more money because it's delightful to them. And good for them. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying like don't make assumptions on things that can be really dangerous because then you go put time, energy, and effort into doing them and it doesn't yield the cash that you want it to yield. So I hope this got your brain going. Share this episode with someone who is like, I've got to find another way to bring in money. I started with one passive income stream and then 2, and then 5, and then 7. I probably have 17 now. Some make me a lot, some make me a little. As long as they're making me money and it's not costing me any more effort, other than me having someone make sure the tech part is working, or if there's maybe a customer issue, like I didn't get it in the email or something like that. But they just keep growing and it compounds over time, over time, over time. So stop waiting. You could just start with one thing and don't have the expectation all of a sudden in 1 month you're making $30,000 off something. That's not how this works. But look at how fast time goes. We're closer to the end of the year now. We have Halloween shit in the store. Okay? It's rolling. Pumpkin spice has invaded. Okay? These people are attacking me early this year. We're rolling to the end of the year. Time goes by so fast, and you're missing out by not doing this for yourself. You might need to listen to this episode again for it to really sink in. And you want more help with this, you want more accountability with this, swipe up, join the posse for the August flash bonus sale. And this is a great place to really start making a big difference in your life. And the beautiful thing is all of these things you create, these income streams can be passed on to other generations. You can actually like leave these in your will to someone because many of them will keep going as long as someone is putting some effort into sharing them or showcasing them. But I have things that just sit there on Amazon that there's no effort to because I've kind of lost my interest in it and people still buy them. It's really incredible. You just have to shift how your mind works around all this stuff. There's so much money out there. But the key takeaway here is when we look at how we can preserve and get back more of our energy and our time, that's when you find the most money. So focus on that first, not how can I get more money? Because your brain with the how can I get more money is always going to go and look at, oh, now I've got to do this to get that money. And I've got to put this effort to get that money. And then you're going to just totally shut down. at least start with getting more of your energy and your time back, because that's really all we have here. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you.